Welcome to a new anime on the channel, and this is going to be Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Now, I have quite a few things to say about this before I actually go into the episode, so let's just talk a bit. So, it won the poll for what's gonna be the next anime on the channel after To Be Hero X, right? So, we're gonna be jumping into this one. Now, I watched the first 4 episodes back when it first aired-ish, probably around like 2021. I don't know if that's when it aired, actually. I think it may have aired even before that, but that's around where I watched it, about 5 years ago or so. And I know the first 4 episodes, everyone says that they are by far not the worst ones necessarily, but they're kind of like the filter, right? They are definitely episodes that will turn people away from the show, and I did feel like that when I first watched them. I felt really frustrated watching them, but it's been 5 years, and in that time, I've definitely changed a lot of my views on a lot of things, and also I changed the way that I watch media and consume media, so I think I'm ready to give it another shot. I was talking about it a bit in my Discord server, which is down in the description if you want to join. I was talking about it with some people and stuff, and they were like, you know what, I really want to see you watch it. So I was like, you know what, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to give it another shot, right? I also have heard a few details about what happens later, but also I know them completely out of context, and also heard them, like, as I said, 5 years ago when I was talking to my friend of mine about it, so I don't know much else about it. So, yeah, as I said, I don't know when it happens or anything. I'm not even gonna say them out loud because just in case someone isn't at that point or just watched like a few episodes and wants to watch it alongside me, all those things. Also, one big thing with this show, which is, I guess, kind of like a bit of an extra information. It's one of the big reasons why this channel even exists, in a way, because when I watched the first 4 episodes, I was so frustrated and I had so many emotions about it that I wanted to talk to someone about it. And I had a friend of mine that watched it, but he consumed it in a completely different way that I did. So kind of like there were so many things that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't have anyone else to talk about this. And then when I was thinking about a bit later after that, like a few years after that, when I was thinking about making a channel and stuff like that, making reactions, this was one of the main motivations behind it. I was like, I can finally, have an outlet to talk about all of my feelings about shows when I get really frustrated or passionate about shows like this. And I think this is gonna be an interesting ride, right? I am going to go into this with a completely fresh mindset. I think I've had moments before where I've had a preconceived notion of an anime or a show before going in, either before going into it or because I watched a few episodes beforehand and then I rewatched it or maybe watched it here on the channel, and it completely subverted my expectations and I absolutely loved it. So considering how many people have talked about how incredible this show gets and stuff like that, and how incredible the journey is of the show, I have a feeling this might be that kind of show where I may have had a preconceived notion beforehand, but I think watching it now, I have a feeling I'm gonna probably end up enjoying it. I love good character writing, I love diving deep into characters and stuff. If you've watched my channel for a while, you probably know that I really like, dissecting characters and stuff at points. So I feel like this is gonna be one of those shows, right? So yeah, that's basically the yap things that I want to get out of the way here before we actually jump into it. Also, just some extra stuff. Schedule for this is going to be Monday, Tuesday, Friday. I had to think for a second. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, 1 episode each of those days on YouTube and on Patreon, of course, because this is an anime and because of copyright, it's gonna have to be heavily cut, edited, all of those things on YouTube, but the full uncut version is on my Patreon down in the description. As always, with everything that I ever do that ends up being cut or blurred on YouTube, fully uncut on my Patreon. So yeah, I do think that there's some nudity in this, but as long as it isn't like explicit nudity, it's fine on YouTube. But if it becomes too explicit, I can just cut it out, or not cut it out, but just do a bit of a censoring on my own, So yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to say. Depending on how this show goes, I might be pausing a lot during the show because whenever I have something to say, I'm gonna pause. So that's just something that's going to happen. But I think that is everything that I had to say about it. So without further ado, let's just go into Mushoku Tensei episode 1.
出血を伴っている模様。 そういや俺トラックに同じく跳ねられたと見られる高校生2人は未だ行方不明につき現在捜索中。応援を頼む。どうぞ。あの3人は助かったのか。重いぞ。気をつけろ。
Damn. Damn.
カノン一つで飯が出てくるところに20年も引きこもってたからな。
Here we go.
ここがどこだかわかりますか。うるせえな。そんな大
So
声
I did hear people say that this is kind of like the not necessarily the origin of a lot of the isekai tropes, but this is one of the things that popularized a lot of the isekai tropes. So I do know about that, and this definitely feels like one of those, you know, very isekai ways to start a show, right? It's really cool. I love isekai. I love isekai. I love isekai tropes, so I'm in it.
輸血準備。聞こえますか。名前わかりますか。話せますか。死ぬのか俺。まあいいか。どの道人生積んでたからな。でもせめて童貞くらい卒業したか。
Yeah. And here you are. Welcome. やめろ、気持ち悪い。なんなんだ、まったく。どうしたんだい、そんなに頬をあからめて。 The POV shots, though. Of course.
何を話してんだ。てかここはどこ。病院じゃないのか。
Mm.
何やってんだこいつ。俺は重症者だぞ。しかし美人だな。ヨーロッパ系か。
European. Of course. Here we go. Welcome. Welcome. I do really like how they basically came up with a completely new language for it, because a lot of isekai, they just throw them in this world and they don't really explain how they're able to speak the same language, but there are a few that actually do talk about it. Like I know Slime does it, Slime explains it, right? And I really like how they basically came up with a full new language here for this show. It's really cool.
どうやら俺は生まれ変わったらしい。まさかそんな妄想めいたことが現実になるとはな。パウロとゼニス。年齢は20代前半といったところか。34の俺から見れば若造と言ってもいい。こんな年で子供を作るとは全く妬ましい。でもただで美女の父を据えるのは最高だ。
Of course.
相手が母親であるせいか、全く興奮はしなかったか。
It's the genetics. It's in the DNA.
どうやら俺の名前はルーデウスという
And
らし
he's
い。
picking up the language.
半年もすると言
Yeah.
語もそれなりにわかるようになってきた。まだ年齢が若いせいか、物覚えが異常にいい気がする。メイドのリーリャ、素晴らしいものをお持ちで。
This guy.
一人で動き回ったらダメじゃないの。これは被るものではありません。どうしたのリーリャ。ゼニス様、少々申し訳ないのです。
How are you gonna say this one?
ルーデウス様には何か悪いものが。いえ、何でもございません。
Just a feeling. Just a hunch.
が悪いわね。子供だもの。間違って下着くらい被るわよ。いえ。
No one's gonna believe you.
綺麗な風景だ。こんな写真見たことがある。やっぱりヨーロッパの方だろうか。にしても、
Yeah.
さすがに田舎すぎだよな。
そっちはお願いね。
電気もガスもないって何時代よ。生まれ変 りたいじゃん。
I get that. I feel you.
何やってんの？
He is built like a wardrobe.
ルディ、坊ちゃま。大丈夫かしら？
頭を打った時はあんまり動かさない方がいいんだぜ、奥さん。
Don't worry, the medical practices aren't that advanced yet. Rudius, don't worry about it.
痛いのが飛んでいくおまじない。かけてあげるね。神なる力は芳醇なる糧。
おいおい、何の冗談だ。これがこの国の痛い痛いの飛んでけかよ。父親に続いて母親も中二病か？戦士と僧侶で結婚しましたってか？
ヒーリング。
Marry the cleric. Here we go. It's really cool how slowly they feed the information. It's not like instant. Like the usual Isekai stuff.
どう？痛いの治ったでしょ？ママこう見えても昔は冒険者やってたのよ。
どうした？すごい声が。
あなた、ルディが転げ落ちちゃって頭から。
落ち着けよ。子供なんだから落ちたり転んだりするさ。それに怪我したなら。もしかするとここは。
でもあんまり大怪我をされて治せなかったらって心配で。
大丈夫だよ。もう断定していいだろう。ここは地球ではない別の世界だ。
Yep. Isekai.
剣と魔法の世界だ。
Oh. That's a cool line. Ooh, look at this. A flying squall or whatever it is. It's like the avatar animals.
しっかりしてきた。
それにしても魔法か。
魔法。猿が見てウキウキす
The
る
narrator.
じゃないか。早く
Or
自
the
分の
monologue, I guess.
ものだ。とはいえ、今の俺にできることは少ない。
Damn, he's tiny. Or the treasure chest is really big. Or just a chest. It doesn't have to be a treasure chest. Oh. Okay.
家にあったのはたったの5冊。この世界では本が高価であるのか。パウロたちが読書家ではないのか。
They seem like simple people.
俺には信じられない話だ。もっとも全部ラノベだった。
Of course. Not surprised.
ごめん。まずは文字が読めないとな。
また1年ほど過ぎた。たった5冊とはいえ、時折パウロが読み聞かせてくれたこともあって、ある程度文字は読めるようになった。
Kinda
しか
crazy.
し、あの父親は乳幼児に本の内容が理解できると思っているのだろうか。
Well, I said it's crazy, but if you know the language, but you don't know how to read, you can probably extrapolate it a bit, right? And also, as he said, you know, Paul read to him a few times and stuff. So maybe it's not that crazy. Maybe it's doable.
それにしてもこの本は興味深い。魔術教本。生前どこかで見たようなことが書いてある。例えば、魔術には詠唱と魔法陣、2種類の発動方法があるが、
Yep.
今はも
The
っぱら
classic.
詠唱が主流だということ等々、いろいろと設定があるらしい。それより気になったのが個人の魔力量が生まれた時にはほぼ決まっていると書いてあること。不安だ。俺自身の遺伝子は仕事をしなさそうだし。
まあとりあえずやってみますか。汝の求めるところに大いなる水の加護はらん。清涼なるせせらぎの流れを今ここにウォーターボール。
Here we go. Okay, he managed to do it. Dude, the animation is so crisp in this.
飛んでいくんじゃ。もう一回。
Also, I really like the idea of a permanent, or not permanent, but I guess a predetermined mana pool that you get when you are born. I'm sure there's gonna be a way to bypass that. At least that would be my assumption. But I like the idea behind it, right?
習と同じ。集中して何度も何度も頭の中でイメージしてから実際にやってみる。
That's a cool visualization of the magic as well, with the mana flowing through him. And then into the hands. Oh.
まだ詠唱してなかったよな。なんでだ。
Oh. He was able to do it without an incantation, but he got really tired because of it. Interesting.
もうルディったら眠くなったらちゃんとトイレに行ってベッドに入らなきゃダメでしょ。
Of course.
畜生、この年で寝小便したと思われるとは。畜生、畜生。
It is kind of cute.
あれ
Ooh, he's able to do a lot of them without incantation. He's getting better and better, huh?
しばらく試していろいろ分かった。
あの本嘘こきやがって。
魔力の量は使え
Oh,
ば使
here
う
we
だ
go.
け増えてるし、詠唱なしでも魔術は使えてる。
書いてあることを鵜呑みにするなってことかな。
I wonder if he's an exception.
簡単にできるなら詠唱ってのは何の意味があるんだ。もしかすると詠唱というのは魔術を自動化する仕組みなのか。 いちいち集中して念じなくても言葉を発するだけで全てやってくれる。そうだとすればその利点は大きい。
Yeah, you don't have to focus. You can focus on other
教
things.
えやすい。詠唱すれば一発でできるんだから、そうやって教えているうちにだんだんと詠唱は必要不可欠なものになっていったとか。
Maybe.
第二に使いやすい。攻撃魔術を使うのは戦闘中だろうから、目をつぶってうなななんて集中するより早口で詠唱した方がよっぽど手っ取り早い。
Yep. It also feels like that's really cool. That's really cool if that's the case, because it feels like when you're in combat with someone, right, you probably want to focus on the actual combat, maybe like what they're doing, what the opponent is doing, and because of that, you probably don't have the capability to focus fully on your magic. So you want to just, you know, blurt out a predetermined incantation that you've memorized. It's like muscle memory at this point. You just blurt it out and cast a spell by doing that without actually needing to focus, right? That would make sense, right? And you can actually focus on the enemy. That makes sense. That's really cool if that's the case. Oh. So, wow. Oh, I was not expecting that. Pause.
あるいは鍛えた結果の話なのだろうか。頑張って鍛えても魔力総量には限界値があるという。いや、結論付けるのはまだ早い。そう。例えば成長に応じて増えていくとか、幼児の時期に魔力を使うと飛躍的に最大値が増えるとか。俺だけの特殊体質ってのも捨てがたい。
That's what I said.
おっと、いかんいかん。ちょっと落ち着け。シーマの仮説が正しいならやることは一つ。成長期が終わる前に鍛えられるだけ鍛える。
しかし、これどうやったら飛ぶんだ？
Did he make it fly? He made it fly, didn't he? Whoa! That's some good control over it as well.
ようやく詠唱の仕組みが解明できた。この魔術は生成、サイズ設定、射出速度設定、
Oh, it's like parameters.
プロセスをたどっているのだ。多分間違ってないと思う。俺は射出速度の設定をしてなかったから。
I see, his firing speed was at 0. That's cool, it's like a program. His variables weren't all set.
優柔たる水の精霊にして血を流れしせせらぎの王女よ。内に秘めたる合力にてあらゆるものを
Uh-oh, this feels like a big spell.
スプラッシュフロー。
Oh my god, the animation. Oh my god! Oh, is that is that what a kid was supposed to normally do?
なんだこりゃ。
Uh
大丈夫？
魔物か？いや、でもこの辺りには。
あら？ルディ、もしかしてこの本口に出して読んじゃった？
what's with the smug look?
怖っ。なんだこの目は。もしかして魔術を使う子供は危険で異端審問に送ら
To
れ
an
る
inquisition.
のか。
Yeah, you're gonna get burnt to the
いや、俺
stake.
は嫌
Yeah.
だ。
ごめんなさい。あなた聞いた？やっぱりうちの子天才だったんだわ。
いや、しかしお前、これは中級の。
今すぐ魔術の教師を雇いましょう。
いや、その前に文字もまだ教えて。
将来はきっとすごい
Don't worry about it. The mom's so
いや、待て。
simple.
男の子だったら
She's
天
great.
使にするという約束だったろう。
けど、この年で中級の魔術を使えるのよ。
約束は約束だろ。
何を約束って、あなたいつも破るじゃない。
俺のことは今は関係ない。
Yeah. Yeah.
魔術、午後から剣術を学べばいいのでは。
Oh, compromise.
あなた、子供の前で喧嘩は良くないわ。
This instant switch up. I like
という
that.
わけでうちは家庭教師を雇うことになった。
Ah, here we go.
家で剣ばかり振って暇そうにしているが、パウロは一応騎士としてこの村の管理を任されている。そのおかげで俺みたいな子供に教師をつける余裕くらいはあるんだとか。しかし、何しろここは国の端の
I remember that.
果たして応じる人がいるかどうかという心配があったが、あっさりと見つかった。両親の予想によると、来るのはおそらくすでに引退した冒険者で、長年魔術師として研鑽を積んだ中年か老人で、
Also, one thing that I love, I know I'm pausing a lot, but I feel like that's what's gonna happen with this show, just because I feel like there's a lot of things that I want to talk about, especially at the beginning. One thing that I really love in this is we've seen in other isekai where the main protagonist ends up taking some knowledge from the old world and applying it to the actual, you know, his new world or their new world, right? We've seen that before, but I really like how they do it here with Rudius. He goes from the ground up. He builds everything up from the ground. He goes like into actual like variables, having to define the variables, you know, the firing speed, all those things. Also being like, I wonder, I've read about all of these different scenarios. I wonder which one this fits into. Maybe I can get stronger if I start early. Maybe my mana pool is expanding up to a certain cap and that's when I reach it. Maybe, you know, maybe I'm special. Like he's going through every single scenario that he's ever read about. I really like that, you know. I really like that how he extrapolates his knowledge into this world here. I think it's way more in that I've seen ever before.
まさに魔術師って感じのが来るだろうって話だった。
ロキシー・ミグルディアです。
Roxy.
よろしくお願いします。
なんてこったい。ヒゲどころか、あそこの毛も生え揃ってなさそうなのが来た。
Wow.
中学生くらいか。ロリ、チドメ、ブアイズ
Wow.
3つ揃えばパーフェクトだ。
Oh.
ぜひお目に欲しい。君がその
Oh.
家庭教師の。
ずいぶんと小さいんですね。あなたに言われたくありません。
コンプレックスなんだろうか。胸の話じゃないんだけどな。
それで、私が教える生徒はどちらに？ああ、それがこの子なの。たまにいるんですよね。成長が早いだけで子供に才能があるとか思い込んじゃうかも。
Get the bag, Roxy. Get the bag.
何か？いえ、しかし、そちらのお子様に魔術の理論が理解できるとは思いませんが。大丈夫よ。うちのルディちゃんはとっても優秀なんだから。わかりました。
Yeah, get the bag. Secure it.
外でやるんですか？当たり前じゃないですか。魔術は大きく
He's not used to being outside,
3種類
right?
しかありません。
Because of his previous life, I'm guessing.
中魔術、召喚
He prefers
魔
being
術
inside.
それぞれ
Whoa,
初級、
whoa, 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 let me, whoa. That's why I paused to talk because she just spat out some big information. I should have paused.
魔術は大きく分けると3種類しかありません。攻撃魔術、
Attack, healing, and summoning. I want to see summoning magic. That sounds
それぞれ
awesome.
初級、中級、
Beginner, intermediate, advanced,
上級、
king, emperor, and god.
低級、王級、低級、
Okay.
新級と7段階に分類されています。そしてその魔術を使うには魔力が必要です。自分の 体内にある魔力。どうかしましたか？いえ。まあいいです。
It's because he's outside.
お手本を詠唱するので真似してみてください。詠唱が必要なんですか？当たり前じゃないですか。
やっぱりそうなのか。
汝の求めるところに大いなる水の加護あらん。清涼なるせせらぎの流れを今ここに。ウォーターボール。
Damn, that's a powerful water ball.
どうですか先生。その木は神の中で育ててきたものですので怒ると思います。それはまずいですね。神なる力は芳醇なる
Okay, healing magic to repair it. Can you do it?
再び立ち上がる力を。
Can you do it? Ooh. Ooh. Some bone meal.
魔術も使えるんですね。中級までは。すごい。
That's intermediate? What's god level? Resurrection, maybe?
このくらいは誰にでもできますよ。
こいつはちょろそうだ。
ではやってみてください。はい。
魔術教本にも無栄唱については載ってなかった。何気なく使っていたが、実は近畿に。
Oh, smart. Maybe go along with her.
栄唱は必要だと言った。ならしばらくは栄唱をすべきだろう。
Smart.
大事なこと
I
か
like
も
that.
しれないしな。
汝の求めるところに大いなる水の加護あらん。
He didn't finish the incantation. He got distracted and didn't finish it.
いえ。どうでした？栄唱をはし
Yep.
りましたね。はい。いつもはしょっているのですか？いつもはなしで。なし。そう。いつもは。
Okay, yeah, it's not normal.
なるほど。これは期待外がありそうですね。
Oh, the tree? Oh, Roxy. Roxy, I'm gonna need your help again.
うちの木を実験台にしないでちょうだい。
She gets blamed.
早速失敗してしまいました。明日には解雇ですかね。先生すみません。僕のせいで。
参った。20年近く人と話してなかったんだ。こういう時かける言葉が見つからない。い
Mm.
や、考えろ。散々やってきただろう。エロゲの主人公ならこんな
Of course, yes, roleplay. Nothing better than some
先生は
roleplaying.
今失敗したんじゃありません。経験の
Look at that. Look at that face. Look at that smug face.
そうですね。
It worked.
ありがとうござい
It
ます。
worked.
それよりロキシーさん。はい。中に入りましょう。まずは私たちの紹介もさせて。
Oh, she's the best. The mom's so chill.
ありがたいですが、返せるものもありませんので。何言ってるの。さあ、早くいらっしゃい。ルディも早くおいで。はい。
That's a big jug.
そんじゃ始めるか。ロキシーちゃんの歓迎会。
Entire rotisserie chicken?
トラックにひかれて死にかけてる俺の。いや、もしそうだとしても構わない。この世界なら俺にだってできるんじゃないだろうか。人並みに生きて人並みに努力して、つまずいても立ち上がってなお前を向いて。できるかもしれない。こんな俺でも、無職の引きこもりでクズな俺でも、人生をやり直すことが。
Jobless Reincarnation.
本気で生きていくことが。
That's the title. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, title of the episode. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna watch the previews. Well, there are 2-second or 3-second preview, but I'm not gonna watch that. Okay, so this was honestly, a banger first episode. Now, I did say at the beginning that I watched the first 4 episodes like 5 years ago or something. I don't remember many of the things because of how long it's been. I remember some slivers of some things that were memorable in the first few episodes, but this episode was way better than I remembered it. I really enjoyed this first episode. Rudy obviously has a lot of how do I say this, unlikable qualities about him, but I don't think he's been that bad in this episode. He's actually been pretty interesting. I like the way that he thinks about stuff and the way that he utilizes all those things. It also feels like he's kind of like a bit separated himself from the world. He's like, let me try this. Let me fuck around and find out, you know? He's kind of like not viewing this as kind of necessarily a full-on, this is my life, and let me, you know, try to be myself. Let me try to make something of myself. He's like, you know what? This is a new world, so let me just try a bunch of stuff, which I do like. I do like this, right? It's really cool. It's really interesting to see how he's being like, you know what? I saw this in a visual novel. Let me try it out. I saw this in like a bunch of my light novels. Like, let me think about it. Let me try it out. Maybe this is how it's gonna work. You know, he's using all of his knowledge to try different stuff. So this was a really good episode. Also, the characters are also like kind of really cool in this so far, at least. The mom is kind of like the goat. She seems really chill, right? She's obviously young, full of energy and stuff, but she seems really chill, really nice, really caring and stuff. So that's cool to see. And Roxy seems cool. The dad seems fine, and the maid seems fine as well. I don't know enough about them to fully make up my opinion of it, but also the comedy in this is really on point so far. So this was a banger of a first episode. I'm excited to see it. Also, I do really like how it feels like they're building up the entire thing of him being afraid of the outside, or not afraid necessarily. I don't think that's maybe not the correct word, but when you spend a lot of time in your comfort zone inside, like, and by a lot of time I mean years and years, even decades in his case, just being in your room and not leaving your comfort zone at all, any kind of activity that gets you to leave that comfort zone after that is going to become arduous. It's going to be torturous, right? It's going to take out so much more energy than anyone could ever imagine. So I really like how they're showing that with Rudy, right? Of being like, hey, do we have to do this outside, right? We haven't seen him outside, I believe, in this entire episode, apart from this one scene with Roxy here. So I actually really like that, and how he's like all fidgety whenever he's outside, and like all those things. It's really cool. I really like that. Before we end this episode, I wanna check out quickly some of the staff working on this, because, well, obviously it looks gorgeous, and I know it's Studio Bind that works on this, but I really wanna see who works on it. Okay, so here we go. It is by Studio Bind in 2021, and the director of it is Okamoto Manabu. That sounds way too familiar. Why do I know that name? It's Mushoku Tensei, Gamers, Mushoku Tensei. I'm trying to see what they actually directed. Oh wow, that is kind of a crazy pivot. Idolmaster Cinderella Girls U149. Oh, okay. I mean, that show was gorgeous. Like, say what you will about U149, that show was absolutely stunning, visually speaking, right? So, the direction of that show, 10 out of 10. Incredible. Okay, that's where I know that name from. Okay, Okamoto Manabu. That's awesome. And I just want to quickly check out who did the music for this, because the music sounds really good. The OST, I mean. But I have no idea who actually did the music. Fujisawa Yoshiaki. That also seems pretty familiar. No Game No Life, Zero. Mushoku Tensei. Sora Yori Matoi Basho. Universe. What's the name? Place Further in the Universe. Oh yeah! I should have recognized that name. I'm so dumb. I should have recognized that name. It's Land of the Lustrous. It's Love Live School Idol Project, the OG. It's Takopi. It's, of course, School Idol Project Season 2. It's also, isn't it also Review Starlight? Or am I? Yep, Review Starlight. Here it is. It's Review Starlight. Watamote. I didn't even know it's Watamote. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. I think, wait, is it only the sequel of the Watamote that they did? Yeah, I think so. At least I think so. Wow. Yeah, he's kind of like the GOAT when it comes to music. When it comes to OST, he's kind of like the GOAT. Obviously, like, I love Love Live, and I love Review Starlight, and I love Takopi, and I love Universe Place Further than the Universe. I love Hoseki no Kuni or Land of the Lustrous. All of the other ones as well. I love those. So that he's done, that I've seen. Okay, he's kind of like the GOAT. Fujisawa Yoshiaki. Yep. Makes sense. Okay, and then I checked out some of the VAs as well. Uchiyama Yumi is Rudius. I'm pretty sure they haven't done much. They've done like Kid Aqua from Oshinoko. They've done Puck, right? Am I thinking of the right person? They done, yeah, Puck in ReZero. And then we have the father, who's voiced by freaking Morikawa Toshiyuki. He's the GOAT. He's done Bone Dread from Made in Abyss. He's done Yoshiage Kira from JoJo's and like many other roles. He's kind of like the legend, right? The mom is voiced by Kanemoto Hisako, who's done, I guess, Irina from Food Wars. Oh my god. Katyusha from Girls and Panzer. And then Roxy is voiced by Kohara Konomi, who I'm pretty sure is pretty big as well. Yeah, Chika, that's it. Chika from Kaguya-sama. So, big names in this. But yeah, anyways, that was a banger of first episode, but I'm gonna end it here, and we're gonna jump into episode 2 tomorrow. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.